Oh, oops. So I just realized I was muted. Guess you heard none of that. Welcome in. Welcome up. Glad to have you, Mike. Um, so we are a group of fellow spiritual community members who have this beautiful spiritual roundtable every Sunday night. We talk about current topics that we want to expand on and grow together with. And we ask everyone to just come from their best place, their highest place, their seat of power. That's what we ask, is for people to everybody to stand in their seat of power and have this discussion, because we're all equals here at this table in this conversation. And tonight we're talking about, case in point, life, and how it can't be contained by any one box or category or anything like that. And the way it transitions and grows as we all transition and grow through our awareness. Now, to start this conversation off tonight, what I want to look at is our own levels of awareness and having this acuity and understanding where in our lives we have experienced life as we're deeming it here, and how you recognized it as breaking the mold. So for this first round, I just kind of want to get everybody's own account of where you have seen life will continue and break the molds no matter what to continue. We're going to start at the top and go down the line. If you would, please, Chris.
So life's like breaking the mold, always moving us. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just want to hear from your perspective about, you know, it can be one or many, but a scenario where life broke outside of what was expected.
Okay. It's happened pretty much my whole life. A lot of that was my own fault, though. It was setting these expectations when I should have just been flowing with life in general. Don't get me wrong, it's good to have goals. It's great to have certain expectations, but as far as things happening, you know, the reason why they happen that way is because we envision our lives in the future to be a certain way. Um, it doesn't always work out that way. Usually, it doesn't work out that way at all. But those visions, as we grow, I don't want to just say grow older, but grow into knowing ourselves. That's when those visions actually start to happen. And they are completely different than what I thought would be. Um, my perception of life, my perception of how life came to be, my perception of where we go from here is ever so evolving, and which promotes growth, sometimes promotes backstepping, promotes going back into reanalyzing my own thoughts, but all of it promotes growth. And, I mean, I live in Arkansas. I moved here 7 years ago. I had no plans on moving to Arkansas. Just life guided me to here with a family. And, that was a huge shift. I took a leap of faith and it worked out. It worked out amazingly. That would probably be the biggest thing that happened within my life that I was seeking for. Just didn't think it would be in a completely different state. You know, so I'm extremely grateful for it. But I think I'll drop the mic for now.
That's legit, brother. Hey, much love to you and the fam, and we appreciate all of y'all. I just want to take a moment and acknowledge to my own partner as well as Chris's, those that are there doing the good work, putting in the effort to grow together in that way. That's epic, man, and much respect for you guys. All right, we are going to go down to my partner next, my love. It is your turn, please.
Greetings, beautiful, beautiful sunshine, radiances of divine. I see you. I feel you every day, every moment. So where are you? Where are we? This is where we are. We are questioning our own existence. We are questioning that which we hold divine. Know that you are radiantly in your place of power. The question is already dissolved, as I have already forgotten it. And I am here to assist in your acceptance of who you are, where you are. We can often tell each other what to do. We can often tell each other what is right or what is wrong. In doing so, we must also accept that we are leaning into this matrix of division. And I would encourage you to stop. Stop telling anyone what they need to do, what they must do, what they should do. If you are projecting this, shh, silence yourself. Because you're not doing this. We are entering into a new wave. This new wave is unlike any other wave that we have perceived. I say wave because of the flow. And we all know of the flow. But it's more than that. It is more than a wave. It is more than you can even imagine. Many of us want to put a finger on it. I know, right? Put a finger on it. Push that fucking button. Excuse my French. Greetings, beloved masters, as you are mastering yourself. You are becoming aware of who you are, and I encourage you to be with me. In love, always. Thank you.
Well spoken. Always enough. So, I do want to go ahead and take the moment to restate the question for those that just came up on the panel and for those that are about to answer it. Now, of course, this will be reworded. But the general question is basically about your own experience where you noticed life breaking outside of the confines of whatever it was to continue, where you yourself experienced life breaking the mold. We will go ahead and go down to Rubanis next.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here. I have been absent, spiritually and mentally. Literally absent. And I feel that I've been, and within the absence, I've been growing within myself and understanding piece by piece what I need to do in order to move forward in this existence. And I've been getting too much sleep. So much so that, let's just say I didn't hear my alarms that went off. And with that, I really feel that the beings here up on this panel here, I am, grateful for each and every one of you. You, Vision, Chris, Source for Divine D, Vinny. It's been a while since I had to contemplate anything. It normally just flows. But I had to really look into myself and to really become, or at least start on the journey of becoming of what and who I need to be. And I believe that's it for now.
So that's where I would say that he spoke in current affairs terminology.
Yes.
He's what is changing. He is what is breaking his own molds. So kudos. Thank you. All right. Vinny, it is your turn.
Sorry, fat fingers. So I think I'm going to go with my turn. I'm going to go a little differently with my answer here. So bear with me. So I'm going to break the mold of what I was told possible with this out of the box shot. So welcome in while these words sink in and feel the energy from outside and within. I don't flip-flop, I don't hip-hop, I don't take shots, I don't stay knocked down, I get up off the rocks. I stay ready and plan and plot my way out. I'm going to move in soft silence as I stomp my way off the block. I can't be stopped. I will leave you puzzled and shocked. I've sat back and watched you get robbed. I've seen you get pushed until you've sobbed. Time to poke and prod as I swat with my divine rod, knocking down the mob. Time to finish this job ordained by God. Time to go out far and near till everyone's brought away from this self-imposed fear. I'm locked and loaded, primed and promoted, ordained, and I have the gift of knowing and flowing, of growing and going down my walk to my destination, a unified, loving world and nation. I hope you under freaking stand what I've been shouting and yelling, not holding it over your head. No more slowing your growing, or even worse, choking on the lies in the man-made fake society. Take a drink of the truthful reality potion. No more laying down while waiting for subjugation. Praying and hoping for meaning will be fading away as you sail the ocean of peace and harmony, while building an unbreakable foundation of peace. So enjoy this lease and peace of heaven. Welcome, love, and the frequency of my sisters and my brethren. And that's what I got.
That's epic. And you did. You totally stepped outside of the norm. So kudos. I appreciate that. All right. Sources Vessel D. Welcome up, bro. Good to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. And I would ask you please repeat the question for me because I don't know what the question was.
Heck yeah, I got you. No problem. So the general question right now is basically just talking about an experience that you've had where you've seen life, okay, break the mold. You've seen something change in that way.
Got you. So when I basically 2 years ago, I decided to move out to Texas, and I decided to embark on a new journey in my life where I was not being governed by my parents, by my traditions, by society of where I grew up from. And so along that journey, I had to understand spiritual. I embarked on this journey spiritually, thinking that it was meant for me to happen this way, especially where I'm at right now. The location is Pisces Virgo energy. I was meant to come here to learn these energies about myself. And so seeing the break the mold energy for me was watching as every day that I was fighting and surviving and thriving from being homeless and paying for a hotel room every single day for 2 years in a row, all the way up to several months ago where I finally got 2 months ago, I got an opportunity to get moved into an apartment. I was able to see the changes in those 2 years within myself and then those around me externally, of where the more I decided to choose me, the more the world outside me tried to disrupt or cause chaos and distractions to what it is that I was searching for, causing more confusion than what was needed inside the growth that I was embarking on. Watching everyone around me fade away, disappear, and pull apart from me in a way that some had to do it for their own benefit, some did it for self benefit, some did it to be negative in their own aspect because they had different goals and reasons, or they wanted to be who I was. And so watching as all the fakes and the doppelgangers want to call themselves jump up and step up to the plate, watching all the fake and false friends fade away or show up, pretend to want to support and fade away after not doing or offering anything, and watching how the word itself is really shaping around my system of reality, my understanding and growth of spirituality, and just embarking on just moving with unconditional love and compassion and understanding of others, regardless whether they're in a negative place or a positive place, being able to find that through the darkness, and that no matter how much darkness was shown, the light will always prevail, or the sun will always come. The sunrise will always be there. And so watching in these 2 years of not only being on this platform, but watching people around me grow and expand, or stop and falter, or run in circles in the same cycles. Even now, I notice some of the same people that I don't even deal with or associate with are running in the same circles or worse off than what I was and where I've grown and understood within my journey. Understanding that what we do and what we hold within us is very sacred, in a way that it needs to be cherished, but it also needs to be understood in a responsible way, in a way that is going to allow us to see that expansion and transformation and where we're trying to go. Because there's so much ugliness in this world. There's so many times I could tell you I broke down crying and so upset and mad because the world was really against me. And I felt like I was just so alone, and that I didn't have anyone to call on besides the Creator. The Creator saw me through this whole entire journey. My angels, my ancestors, all of them watched me grow, watched me move and succeed and become the person that I'm meant to be. And I'm here today to be able to say breaking the mold is going to be broken fully and not be put back together or replicated again, through how much strength they embodied or pushed in me, how much confidence and confidence, how much clarity, truth, and understanding that they placed in me. Allow me to walk that journey of what we call suffering, darkness, or walking through the valley shadow of death, and being able to understand that we will fear it. But if we have the bravery and courage to embark and keep going, that we will watch our lives day by day, minute by minute, second by second, change, transform, rapture into something beautiful. And so, hey, my number's 33. Sorry, folks. But I would say this universe and this experience in these last 2 years up to now has taught me a lot about frenemies, enemies, real friends, soul tribes, soul family, loving relationships, unloving relationships, conditional love versus unconditional love in such a profound way that as we all keep growing and going, because we're all in the same place now, we're getting uncomfortable with the comfortability that we already have, and we're shifting into a place now where we get to shed that old skin of who we were and step into that full clairvoyant or clear energy of clear, I'm gonna put clear authenticity energy, the clear authentic energy that we're stepping into now. And we're bringing in so much power, understanding, growth, maturity, peace, unconditional love, joy, happiness, rapture, harmony, balance. That's what I have.
That hits.
Oh, off topic, did I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was making sure I stayed on top of
No,
it. Okay.
that it resonated, man. And I'm one of those people that personally, silence isn't awkward to me. I let things sink in. So I was just kind of sitting in that moment for a moment.
Got you. Take time. I was really feeling it. I felt it.
Yeah, thank you. So last night, talking to my family, and talking about tonight. And there's those, well, they're here on this panel right now. And the thing that stood out for me is the fact that things stand out for what they are. They're stark in the truth. And I know me personally, life has been one of my greatest teachers, right? I know that's true for all of us. Yeah. Life is one of our greatest teachers. But ultimately, it changes. Always. It's always 2 steps ahead of us. We learn to crawl because we want to move. We see movement and we want to join in. We want to be a part of it. The dance that is life. I know I should ask a question about it, right? But the truth is that it's all we're full of is questions. Because that's what we're here to do, is learn. So really, I'd like to know. Of course, this is always in your own comfort level. But I would like to know. Hey, you. Welcome in. I'm glad you came in. I'd like to know a question that inspires you to grow and learn the answer to. It doesn't have to be current one either. It can be one that, just a question that inspired you to grow and change and find the answer.
Is that for anybody in the panel?
Yeah, we're gonna go down the panel list at the top, starting at the top.
Okay.
Thank you for asking, T. Yeah, that's for everyone.
You already know it's for the start. Well, okay, I got something.
Right. Keep it in your pocket, though. Keep it in your pocket, bro. All right, Chris.
I must say that question has evolved over time, but it's always been the truth. It's always been seeking the truth. In doing so, that's led me down so many rabbit holes, which has also showed me a lot of truth, whether it was down that rabbit hole or not. But that main question has always been, for me, kind of the spark of existence. And that rabbit hole has really been life. You know, I spent my whole life seeking science and all these different ways to try to figure out how existence came to be, and I learned a lot. It's amazing. When I started asking that question within my meditations, that's when I started getting these downloads of, like, for instance, consciousness and understanding somewhat of consciousness and collective consciousness, and it really sparked so much more within that same journey, which still leads to the same question. It's always led to that spark for me, and I'm still there, you know. I'm agnostic because I respect so many different views. I find so many truths for myself within almost every religion, really. But it's led me to have my own path within my own questions, and you know, that's one thing I love about it. It's where when people talk about we write our own stories, and that's it, you know. At the end of it, it's when you have it all collectively together, it's a beautiful story as well. But we have our own unique paths, and I just wouldn't see the collective wanting it any other way. So, yeah. Thank you. Oh, hey, AT.
Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you kicking it off that way. And yes, welcome in, AT. Good to see you, man. All right, my love. If you would please, the question is to you.
My love, give me the question again.
Certainly, certainly. So the question to our current panel right now, guys, is really, what is a question that you have asked or currently asking, whatever you're comfortable with, a question that you had that galvanized you, like encouraged you, you know, to seek out that answer and broaden your awareness?
Go.
Motivated, you know, like something that you asked yourself it in your head and then it clicked and like you wanted to look into it, and so you did.
Here we are, born to be kings and queens of this universe. We have come to know that we are immortal. We have found that which is inside of us. The blood of that which we are. We have conceded to the thought of rivalry, as if any one of us are greater than the other. We are not. No man can be my equal. When we close our eyes, we reach that moment. That moment of curiosity. Where everything just does not matter. We see it as a choice. Do you want to live forever? And God says, no, you are forever. There's no chance for us. There is only a choice. Forever is today. Forever is every day that we see and we accept. It matters not what anyone else thinks of you. It matters not what anyone validates of you. Or me. For in truth, I will overcome. And I would encourage you to say the same. This is our home. This is where we want to be. This is where we are. This is your kingdom, as this is mine. Our success will be with or without you. Our sanctuary will be with or without you. We do not need a reason. We do not need to comply with anyone else's overtone. We are given opportunities, yes, every day. And these opportunities are not shared. They are not made public. Let your voice be all I hear, because I know where you are. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Oh, goodness. We appreciate you speaking. All right, Star. It's. I get to follow that and direct that, right? The beauty is that the answers are inside of us. Yes. Yes. And I appreciate the fact that that's been well said in both the panel and the comments. So, much love for that one, guys. All right, we're going to keep going down to Rubanus and put the question to him. Hey, bro.
Hey, you said that, and that's nice. Hey, Soul, how's it going? It's been a while. NAZ, it's been a while, everyone. When I think about that question, I think about sacrifice and what we need to do for ourselves in order to become more, in order to hone ourselves and our ability and our spiritual like oneness, truthfully. And I've gone down many a paths, dark sometimes, light other times, lustful other times, and I know that all of those things, those ideas are a part of me. And what I've been what I've been doing is creating a balance. And sometimes that balance means that you need to take more for yourself than to give to other people, others. Doesn't mean you love them any less. It doesn't mean that you'll never see them again or speak with them again. What it means is that you need to cocoon. You need to be one with yourself and then move where the source is taking you. Your energies, your guides are trying to tell you things. They're trying to bring things into your existence. And I haven't listened. I've been gallivanting around the internets, enjoying my time instead of actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing while they're screaming at me. So With that said, all the love. I I really want AZ to come up or AT. Sorry, both of them actually. But obviously, it's everyone has their time, I guess. Um,
Oh
but
no,
yeah.
actually, I can expand it.
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot that that was possible. Dude,
But
you
yeah.
just gotta remind me of things like that sometimes, man.
Oh no, no, no,
I'm
no.
not, I'm only on
I,
here like one day a week. Our
so,
life stays so busy. The only time I'm on this app is when we're doing Sunday. So yeah.
exactly, and that's another thing too. Like that, we only have so much to give our community, and sometimes that we really need to just focus more on ourselves and give what we can and enjoy the times that we do have. And I think I'll do that. Thank you.
Great risings, everybody.
Grand Rising Star, thank you for coming up with us too.
Grand risings.
Thank you for having.
Yeah, for sure. And I hear you, Robin. Robin, I really do appreciate you coming in though. For those that I kind of spam to get you in here, and I appreciate you showing up. Truly.
I love you, Ash.
Thank you.
Much
Love you.
love.
Love you guys.
All right, we're gonna pass the question that's on the panel right now to Vinny the Conqueror. Vinny.
Okay, so the question that sticks in my head for this answer here is the question that got me here, right? And that's the question is, when are you going to choose you, right? When are you going to stop giving everything you have and then some to everybody around you who, when you need them, they're nowhere to be found? When are you going to stop, doing everything that's not productive to you? When are you going to choose you and don't worry about what the world thinks, what everybody says? When are you going to choose yourself with love? When are you going to choose you? When are you going to stop living the way you've been living and wondering why you're not happy? When are you going to make that choice to go into the unknown, right? Instead of, thinking you know better, just allowing yourself to be led and shown, right? When are we going to do that? When, and that leads into the other question, when will you see the magical around you, right? It doesn't matter what you believe and what you would think. We all know that there's energy. We all take breath, right? That's magic, right? So we're all breathing. So that same energy that's all around us is in everything around us. So as long as we go around seeing the magic all around us, then we can see the love and we can see the beauty that's in this world, right? A quote that was given to me that's great is, walk with resilience and love will follow. Meaning, if you walk with, that peace and look for love and positivity everywhere you're going, guess what? The love's going to follow that, and you're going to find the magic and beauty all around you. And that's what I've been. We got to stop all this, whatever, arguing and all this other crap that we do, and start choosing ourselves and being the best versions of ourselves, so that we can appreciate ourselves and the beauty in everybody that we meet and interact with. So that this way we can create a more positive, positive vibe and help this planet ascend past the muck and the mire that we're stuck in right now. And I think that's all I got.
And I think that's all I got dropped. Like, I just seen the mic roll off the stage there. Thank you. Thank you, Benny. I appreciate that. All right, D. It's to you, brother.
Well, I would say that was very beautiful. Everything I heard tonight was very beautiful. in its own way. And I literally, it's funny because I wrote down, when you said the question the second time, I wrote it down. And I was like, all right, make sure I answer this what best way I want to answer this. And then Vinny just said what he said along with Rabana's, and I'm like, ah. So what was the question that was asked to me is, what is a question that current answer, right? So there's my catalyst to my spiritual journey. Asked me one question. Well, they told me one thing when I was going through my whole identity crisis in my lost in the world. And his question was, well, his answer was to me was, be the change you want to see. So I sat there and pondered that forever. And it took me a moment to really, really go within and really understand, like, what is it that's unique and special about me in a way? Because, like, I want to answer both questions all at once. And, like, literally, it's like the magic around us is truly within us. It's our imagination, it's our creativity, it's our that drive and will to just exist and coexist in the most happiest way. The way that we always looked at since we were born, we were unique to this world. It's that special power of where you just made that own special world. You made your own little, like, situation happen to something better, not in a form of escapism or a form of, like, well, it can be formalism and a form of idealistic, but it's just selfish. It could be selfish. It can be chaotic in its own way, but in its own innocence and purity, it's truly that. And so, by me understanding in my own chaotic way, I'm an Aries, Libra Aries, so Aries Sun, Libra Moon, and Aries Rising for those who are astrology. And so, I had a lot of chaotic ways where I just really chose to just do what I wanted to do and rebel against everything. And so when I learned to literally truly stop and find peace and truly look at that, answer the question that you're asking, like, and be the change that I want to see, and find that magic around me, understanding that in everyday moment I could make things happen. I've always been very capable, very intuitive, very quick on my feet. And so I like to think that we are the same way. We are very adaptable when we're children. As children, our most innocent stage, and so we go back to do our shadow work and heal our inner child. We go to move in a way that benefits us. Yeah, like I said before, it may be in a selfish way or a chaotic way, but it's in a way that we find more growth and understanding. We find a peace, that true peace that we are looking for now, as we get back to self and get back to that integration of what does it look like being amongst a society of people. So creating that magic to where we're literally truly moving and shifting and allowing our realities to be how we want to create it, in a way that we are truly we may look weird and alone and aloof or black sheeps in our own way, or for some you have your families, you have communities, you have your own growth and your own system, but then you still find that identification of where does oneself fit within the cog and the wheel within life. So truly that magic within ourselves is finding that true purpose and essence in a way that extends not only internally but in the external way of where every moment, every second, it's not even a second of time. The time is limitless for all of us. And so, like, that's another way of creating that magic of just being timeless and just allow every moment to be a place of growth, creation, and solution. And I just want to end with that.
That's epic. It's epic, dude. So, my love, I did see that you were flashing your mic before I brought Dee in. Would you like to go ahead and step in now?
Thank you for the recognition. I will continue the flow. Soul's Journey, please, Robin, you are up.
Okay, thank you. Grand experience, everybody. Hope everybody is super on this Sunday. Thank you for having me. And I've been sitting here trying to figure out like what question is truly the most prominent one, because I ask tons of questions like daily. Some of them are repetitive. But I feel like the one that has stood out the most as of the last few months has been who is going to show up for me at the end of the day? And I would say the one that inspires that question is why do I feel like I have to fight for a seat at my own table? And that one kind of hit me hard when my counselor and I were talking one day, and she just asked me that question, and it totally made me speechless. Like, just like, what does that mean? Like, I didn't even know I had a table, but okay. But yeah, like, at the end of the day, who is going to show up for me? Who's going to show up as me? And when I think about what those words truly mean, like, that means who's going to stand for me? Who's going to be the one advocating for me? Who's going to be the one that is going to do all of the things that are necessary for me to learn, for me to grow, for me to stand out and show what I have to offer the world, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of what it sounds like. Like, and the answer is me. There can't be anybody else to show up for me because nobody else can be me. And when I think about it like that, that kind of just gives me the feeling and the focus of knowing that it's okay to be me. And that has been something that has been really difficult to wrap my head around for most of my life. You know what I mean? And it may be a given, but I mean, for me, there's still times where I don't think about it. And I forget what, like, when I find myself wandering and like trying to do for other people, or trying to not intentionally put my shit aside, but like lose focus of myself, and then I start doing for somebody else, and I wonder why I'm not feeling fulfilled, or why I'm not feeling recognized, whatever the case may be. And that's when I kind of have to remind myself, like, so what did I do to show up for myself today? And I feel like that's just the question that I have to like remind myself. Maybe it comes like it may come a day where I don't have to ask myself that question. But I think that that's the main one for me right now. Because I don't want to fight for a seat at my own table. I don't want to fight anybody else's fight. I don't want to be anybody else. I don't want to heal anybody else for anybody else. I know that for me, I have to learn how to make myself part of my own equation in life, period. Because it's something I have ran away from for most of my life. And then I have to remember that whatever's being presented to me as well in my life is something for me to learn and grow from. And so I just have to remember that, like, things don't happen to me, they happen for me. And there's days where I need constant reminders. There's days where I may just need one in the morning and one at night. But yeah, I just have to remember to make me part of my equation. And thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, I hope I hope you know it, but because I don't rely on hope, you know, I want you to know it. So please know that we all love you, and we're grateful to have you here. You light up the room when you come in it, so we appreciate you.
Thank you so much. You make me emotional right now. I'm getting ready to go do Rockin' Robin, and I'm gonna be in there going like, okay, everybody. All right. Thank you guys so much, though. I do appreciate you. Much love.
Robin,
Yes.
before you go, te quiero cororo tutoro, cagarara.
Tana kiki na ue te amaratiki nano o.
E si te quiero pataroro cororo banana na atana cara ataroro.
Yes.
You don't need it. Let it go. You got this.
I gotta go though. Thank you guys.
Much love.
I say. Thank you.
You wanna drop me, or do you want me to drop?
Oh, you're good. You can go.
Okay. All right.
Much love. Thank you for coming. All right, AT. Hey, welcome up, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. The question to the panel that's to you right now is pretty much about a question that has spurred you on in your life to expand, to grow.
Hi, everyone. How's everyone tonight? And, I can't really think of a question. I mean, I have to go way back. Sorry?
I'm saying hi.
Hey, D. The only question I can think of goes way back to when I was a kid. And it just, when I questioned, the existence of something higher than myself. And since then, of course, I've come to realize that I think what's within us all is this drive. And it's not a panic drive. It's just a beautiful, powerful, loving, reassuring flow that has us moving to our, to becoming that higher version of ourself without any fear, without any struggle. It's just a natural process. And I guess the creation aspires to become like that which created it, if that makes sense. Long journey. But, thinking back to when I was 11 years old, that's a long time ago. I realize now that that question has always been there. And that's what drives me in everything I do. Because it was answered. So it's no longer really a question, but it's a driving force now for me. Because the answer was yes. Yeah, that's all.
That's epic. I appreciate that. Thank you for jumping up here with us, AT.
I love being here with you guys.
Epic. All right. So we are going to pass it to Star, and then we're going to pass it back over to James. So that way, when we start over the next round, we can just go with the flow. But great to have you guys up here with us. Star, if you would, please.
Hello. I'm from Australia actually. Everything happens for a reason, I guess, as to why it doesn't matter what part of the world we seem to magnetize to what resonates with us. And I'm thankful and just my gratitude that when I'm in doubt, I come across these lives. And today was one of those days. Yeah, I just have many questions, and sometimes I'm curious as to why we just can't be all the same. I see everyone, and I want them to see what I see in them. I feel what they feel and what they're in search of, and see the value of them. So it's reassuring. Just connect with people that see what I see.
Yeah, that one, Star, that one has always been a hard one for me. Truly, I understand that one on a deep level. Sight was always one of my strongest gifts, and I couldn't understand. I couldn't understand why others couldn't see what I see. And I would actually go to the point as a little girl. I would hold them in contempt because they couldn't see the world as I seen it. And I didn't understand why. And when they told me I didn't belong, I felt that. Now, of course, it was just little children. You know how I grew up in a large Irish family. We had 8 siblings, okay? But I felt it and I looked, and that thing for me too, Star, that really punched me, and still to this day galvanizes me to move forward. Is questions like that. So I appreciate you sharing that. I am going to pass the question to James. Hey, brother. Glad you just got off work. Great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. I was just chilling, and thank you for inviting me up here. Thank you, guys, and welcome. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So, the question to the panel right now is basically like a question that you've had in any time in your life, but a question that you've had that spurred you on to grow, to look into it, and to actually change and metamorphosize, you know?
Right. So the first thing that pops in my mind was when I discovered my ex-wife was a narcissist. I never really knew what a narcissist was, to be honest with you. I was like, 40 years old and just discovering what it was. And when I started listening to other people's stories about their abusive relationships, I realized that I had been in an abusive relationship and didn't even realize it. And so I really was wondering what makes a person that way. Like, why are they this way? And the only thing I found is really like the childhood trauma and things that happen in the childhood. But in the process, I had to learn how to not react to negativity coming from my ex-wife. I had really had to change my whole thinking, and I realized that I was hurting myself by reacting to her negativity. I realized that she was drawing me into her darkness, and I was reflecting that darkness. And that's not me. I feel like that wasn't me. So I had to work on myself. I had to work on the way I think towards myself. And I had to work on controlling my emotions when certain people say things that would trigger me. And I mainly had to do that for the kids in my life, because when I discovered she was abusive, I realized that the kids also had been suffering. And I realized that I have to be able to show these kids what their mother is without telling them. And what ended up happening is she started just being the one who would spew the negativity, and I would say, okay, well, I don't know what to do. I gotta go, or I would get away from it. But it really, really transformed me innerly on how I react towards other people too. So it really, really made me become aware of why do I get triggered and why do I respond with anger. And so, that question dwelled in me until the point where I got sick of being angry. I got sick of being triggered. And it's still a very hard process of transformation to get through the power of other people's words. But it definitely has helped me understand that a lot of people are hurting. And that has helped me be able to not be so hurt by other people's negative expressions towards me, but to just stop for a moment and realize that that person is hurting. Now, it doesn't always happen that easily, but the more I worked on myself and realized how my thoughts were hurting myself, then I can work on my responses to other people in that moment when they are triggering me. And then so I realized my mother was a narcissist. I didn't even know what it was, but I realized that me and her have had this relationship where I was always wondering why she is like this. Why doesn't she just be loving? But it's because she's been traumatized. And what I've learned how to deal with her now, because she's been living with me for 2 years, is I have to look at her like a parent, and I have to accept her for who she is. But that doesn't mean that I have to react to the crazy things she do and say in the same way that I used to. So I've learned to become kind of like a funny guy with her, a character where I can, laugh at her negativity. And I noticed that it really just cancels that vibration from her, because that's not the response that she was expecting. So people control us through their gaslighting and realizing how people, they really are hurt, but learning how they want that reaction from you so that you can hurt with them. I've been learning how to transform that moment by moment, day by day, hour by hour, and learning how to just let it be and be a funny guy and not be reacting to that negativity. So thank you for that question. That's what I feel right now.
That is epic. So at this time, I do want to ask Chris, Inhibition or Ruthlessness, if you have a question for the panel.
I do have a question. Was there ever a time, sorry, was there ever a time that you felt that you weren't not so much enough, but you weren't who you were supposed to be, and you evolved beyond that? Beyond that statement, I should say. Let me clarify. Or is that like how
Yeah. Okay. So, I'll kick it off with answering that and saying yes. Yes, actually, I recently kind of went through this whole evolution with that very thing because I used to, I didn't realize how much of that social programming still kind of was there. Okay. Even me, I'm still working on stuff. I'm still working through my stuff, okay? So I had that social programming of, you know, of course I'm enough, right? And then I only was looking at it from that perspective. But then I was introduced to a different perspective of I'm not enough. And I don't want to be enough. And when I had that recent, occurrence, it took me, ooh, the oh, the ego death on that one probably took me like a solid week and a half. I don't know, maybe not that long, maybe like 8 days. Yeah. Point is yeah, I went through my own experience with that recently. Yeah. I, I will pass it over to Chris.
I mean, my answer is yes too, but that's part of growing and evolving. Is we feel like we're not in certain moments.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now. Okay, it's as we evolve, as we grow, you have these moments where where you feel like you're not enough, and you get growth, and then you do feel like you're enough. But when you use your awareness of the ultimate goal of whatever individually what we're trying to get to, yeah, I mean it's all perception, and having a perception that we are enough also has a perception that we've finalized our goals. So there's always going to be that extra little drive of us knowing that we still have more to do, because we're still here talking about it. But yeah, much love.
All right, Urbana, since it's your question, you can go ahead and direct the traffic, but I'll do it this time and pass it over to my love. But then from there, you do it, man.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. My love, thank you. Urbanus, please restate your question.
Well, it's going to be a little bit different now. Was there a time that you come to realize that you are not enough, and how did you like overcome that? How did you become more than what you already were before?
It is often that we limit ourselves by what we know and what we have come to be. In order to overcome this wall, we often come to another wall, another face of ourselves. As we level up. I let go of what I was, of who I was and who I thought I was. And I step in with everything that I know, everything that I've come to know, into a new reality, knowing that everything that I have become is with me. And I am only becoming that which I will be, even though it is not now. We are transcending this existence every moment, every day, as we awaken and give thanks to that which we have known, that which we have become. We are not here to condemn anyone. We're not here to force anyone. It is a personal soul journey. Personal. And you know, when you hear that, there is soul in that. If you are with me, you already know what is true. You already know what you have accepted into your reality. And I will not tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I will not tell you that you are on the right path or the wrong path. I will be with you every step of the way. for this is the way. Thank you, Rabanus, for your question. And I will not hope that I answered it correctly.
Wonderful, thank you. What I would like to say is that I felt it. It's just that's all there is to it. Now, Source or freaking D, you're all over the place. What's happening? Do you want to answer the question next?
Only thing I've been doing over here is just. So, does this resonate or not? This is the only thing I can say. I just been feeling this whole beat going on. It's like a war drum, or like, is this drum energy I've been feeling? And so, it does seem like I'm all over the place. I've been over here moving around, but it's like. I've been listening to dolphins and whale music all day. But it's just oro kuta ara para uta ere yeah ta kutu anta anna kana puro oro utu kara ara pa ta ta kaya Daka ara muito uno uri ire alla bata alla koto oe ishi ita bata halara It's the dolphins.
I think what you mean is. Yeah. What the hell?
I can't whistle, but it's like it's a. That's the same thing I keep hearing over and over again, and it's like this. I'm just trying to figure out what let's just go on with it.
As often that we find ourselves.
And I'm just jumping around. See, I'm still jumping around.
All we can do.
I'm trying to figure out what, like, it's my brain is just, it's I've been feeling the last couple of days. Everything's been
But it is not.
But it's coming
all
out
you
like
can
in
do.
the light language or whatever you want to call it. But that's what he is saying. Whoever they're saying, all I see is just the dolphins. Earlier, when I was not on the mic, I was over here sitting here just mimicking everything. I'm just,
D, can you hear me?
Hold on. It's alien. Better with it.
D, can you hear me? It's alien. Yo, D. No, you can't hear me.
I don't. What's wrong with it? Let's see where it take me. So like I say, that's why my energy's running around.
You will?
What is it? Like that.
Alien? Okay. Sorry. There you go.
I'm sorry. It's not my turn. I just wanted to speak to D, but he couldn't hear me. Sorry for interrupting.
Is there something that you wanted to say to him? He's still here, I'm sure.
No, I just needed. So, like, we've had some moments where we really connected, but I don't think I'm going to get through to him yet at this moment. I just saw him swimming, but like his legs were wrapped in seaweed. That's what I wanted to let him know.
See. Okay, Vinny. Is there do you remember the question?
I do, and I'll answer it this way. So for me, I guess a defining moment that I can that kind of answers this question was probably when I was the most lost in this journey. Right, I've been doing the work, I've been going through the things, and just wasn't getting anywhere, and didn't seem like I was getting anywhere. It felt like I was lost. Felt like I did something wrong. Like maybe like other times in my life, maybe I chose something that wasn't going to work out for me and that I was going to be stuck again. These feelings of despair and everything really took over and I really lost control. And it was when I was at my most darkest, that's when, came to the realization, something changed because it's a lot darker and I don't want to really talk about that because it's not something I want to give power to. But that moment changed me and I started, going at this journey with purpose instead of just waiting around and asking instead of, waiting for things to happen. I started making things happen in my life, walking with purpose and intention. And that slowly has transformed me into the person that I am today. And if you'd asked me at the beginning of this journey what I wanted to accomplish compared to what I am now, that what I wanted to accomplish was so more simpler than what I became. What I became was more complex than I could have ever imagined or ever even expected out of this journey. I don't look for a lot in life, but what I got was way more than I expected for. But I'm grateful because it gives me the opportunity to come up here and, expand my family and meet beautiful people like everybody surrounding me in all these boxes and on this panel and in the comments. And it's an amazing journey. And I'm so happy I'm on it and I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And you know what, Vinny? I felt a lot of your energy, and you know what? It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Believe me, I've been called worse. All right, so
Hold on, real quick, Rubanus. I just
yes.
wanted to jump in and say that, D, much love, but go ahead and stay down for the rest of the live and finish your channel, man. Like, you're in your channel, go with your channel. Like, that's what I told you in light language. I don't know if you heard me, because my voice was low. But go do your channel. Yeah, much love. But we'll hold that box, for, I guess, rapid fire or whatever. But yeah, go finish out your channel.
Yeah, as you should. So, all right. So I want to go through like how it actually was. So, At, do you want to go next? Okay.
You're in charge of the order. Sure.
Yeah, it's you, then Star, then yes you are, Yeshua, and then Drea next. Oh, I'm sorry, Sophia. I apologize.
Saida.
Saida.
Yeah. I love that name. You can maybe repeat the question, Rabanus?
Yes. The question was, when you don't feel enough, right? How did you overcome that? When you didn't feel enough, when you feel like not so much the whole world's against you. It doesn't matter if the whole world's against you. It's just that when you on the inside didn't feel like you were enough to do a certain thing, and then and then you overcame that.
So in the moment, I did not realize that I'm always myself. Even if it's not fully realized its potential, I'm still me. You know, a 4-foot oak tree is still an oak tree, which will be 30 feet one day. And that's the message I received. One time I was driving and I'd gone through about a month of trying to manifest a version of myself which was driven by, necessities of three-dimensional things. And it was frustrating, and I was, talking as I was driving, wondering how I could step out of that personality into my true self. And as I as I was driving home, there were trucks that were planting those trees, but they were small. And that's when I realized that you're always an oak tree, even if you're only 4 feet tall. So you're never not who you truly are, even if you are not quite fully manifested in that version of yourself.
100%. Okay. I like that. That was good. Thank you. Star. That was good. I took a deep breath on that one. Yeah. Yeah. Hi.
Well, I'll try to be concise.
I swear you sound just like my friend. Oh. Okay. Miss Flack. So yeah, you sound like her.
Oh, radio. Just strange things happened when I was a child, and I was very curious mind. It's at a time where I was most healthiest. Things I couldn't explain. Made connections with every living thing in myself. And then I went through like human self, family obligations, and that came to a halt. It was almost like I switched it off. And then when I felt like I'd accomplished or completed my family obligations, I began my journey again. And just when I thought I had all the answers and connected all the dots, something else would come along and I'd start, questioning everything I'd learnt. And there were times where I'd go through days of not sleeping, just gathering information, and it would come to me and was like overwhelming, like I would combust. And I had to slow it down. So at times I feel that that's uncontrollable. And so, yeah, I can't say there was a time I felt like I wasn't good enough. I think that term is that, is it enough? Like the information, gathering information, what I know is enough. That's it.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Never felt like you weren't good enough. I like that. Lisa. Yes, you are. James.
So, I kind of feel the same way like Star was describing. Like, you are enough. But there was moments, like the only thing that comes to mind is when I first got a dog. And I had to, like, train the dog. And, sometimes I would yell, because he's jumping all over me, scratching me and stuff, and just eating everything. And in those moments where I was yelling, I realized that I sounded like my mother. And I realized that there was a program that my mother had put into me upon which when I would use anger, I would sound like her. So I think the more and more I think about that question, I think there are moments when you realize that you could be better and that you may harness some energy that's not necessarily yours, but maybe something you've adapted from your parents or something that slept and snuck in the crevices of your consciousness on how you react to something that's not going your way. So I realized that, I was sounding like my mother and that I was using her example as a focus or a lens for my perception. So I really started looking at myself and realizing that I could be better, and I chose that path to be more gentle and working on myself and working how I am programmed from my parents to react in certain ways and look at myself more, not necessarily feeling that I'm not enough, but feeling that I have been influenced in my thinking patterns. And so that's it for me. Thank you, Rabanis.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Sadia of Sophia. Would you like for me to say the question again, or?
Yes, please.
Okay. When was it that you felt that you weren't enough in this reality? And how did you overcome it? How did you become more than that statement, that idea?
Okay. Can you hear me? Sorry, because I have a lot going on in the background, so I just want to make sure really quick. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
Hello. So that's actually a good question, and I would say almost my entire life I felt like I was not enough, and that was mostly because I was my own worst critic. And I would always have more criticism or constructive criticism than praise of any kind or acknowledgement of what I am good at or of who I am in general as a person, as that being enough in general. I felt like I was often projected upon my entire life, and it wasn't actually until my late 20s where I delve super deep into the dark night of the soul, self-induced. Like, it was something that I wanted to do to have a better understanding of why I've had certain experiences and stuff, because I thought I was broken. And through that, I learned self-love. And with that being said, I no longer seek or need validation outside of myself to feel like I am enough, because I know I am enough. And ever since then, ever since that realization, I find that now the people that enter my life treat me as such. So it all starts with the self, in my opinion, and from my experience.
100%. Thank you. Wonderful. I think that's it. I think that's it. Everyone has spoken. And I appreciate it. I'm much gratitude, truthfully. It's really helped me out, everyone. And I hope it has helped you also. Question: Are we still going? We're still going, or are we gonna more questions? Is this
So it's actually up to Chris and Innovision if either one of them had a question for the panel.
I mean, I can throw a question out there. I mean, should I go ahead and ask it? I mean, as far as we talk about, we seek on our highest moments, you know, but I reflect back on my darkest times sometimes. And I guess my question is, what created that spark that pulled you out of your rock bottom moments? I'll go ahead and answer, you know, for me, it was actually reaching for the divine, seeking in those darkest moments and finding that those answers were coming like really quickly, within minutes sometimes, where it was a phone call that was somebody I needed to talk to in the moments of my life. So I'm just curious if, you know, what was that? Everyone has a rock bottom. We all have a polarity of our journey that we've been through. And in that rock bottom moments, you know, if you can think of a spark that pulled you out of that. Innovation, would you like to go first?
Thank you, Brother Chris. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining. It's co-creation. I am that spark. We can all say that. I am that spark. The enlightened. The transcendence of all. Everything that we come to believe. I will not reflect, as I have already done that, as you have already done that. We are entering into a new phase of existence. A new day. A new way. Be that spark that you have lived for. It's been said that everything will fade away. What is everything to you? That is the question. That everything is who you are. That everything is where you are. That everything is what you believe to be true. We find ourselves in everything every day, dealing with these people, dealing with ourselves. And that spark that will forever guide you is inside of you. It's inside of me. I wield it. I yield it. As you do. Be in love. First and foremost with yourself. Do not tolerate that which is not of you. But we are not to stand opposed to it. We must allow it to be. Yes, this spark, this holy existence that we have. The ground you walk on is holy. As you are. Release that which was told. Know that neither one of us matter alone. We matter together. Pay attention. Thank
you. I love that answer, by the way. The basics of the answer, that you are the spark, because that's the truth of it. So, thank you. Urbanus, would you like to answer the question? What brought you out of your rock bottom moments?
Yeah. That's how I've gone through rock bottom many, many times. And the only thing that's gotten me out is action. Nearly almost a manifestation of my own self. Like, it's almost like the spark, like Vision was talking. It's like, you know, this is to be. Put the energy towards it and allow yourself to accept and have gratitude for what has come. Like, remember when I was harping about in October? It's like, oh, yeah, aliens are coming. And then like, well, I mean, oh, it's been a lot, but I've been like looking at that. But then the freaking government again has decided to have a hearing. I watched the whole entire thing, and I was like, "You're telling us that it exists without telling it exists." Actually, you know what? No, you're telling it exists, but you're not willing to go into detail with that existence because someone told you not to. I don't want to be that way. I want to understand the universe and what it offers me, and what's been given to me, and day by day, I've come to understand just that more and more each day, and that this you only get one chance. I didn't. You don't really realize how many chances you have. Yeah, you die sometimes. We're immortal. Seriously, we're immortal. But you die sometimes, and then you come back alive. And then you reevaluate. You forget. You forget things. It's as if you were being reborn or incarnated again. You accidentally like trip over something, and you finish. And what that does is it allows me to say, "Hey, wasn't I supposed to do something? Wasn't there something that's supposed to make my life better? Oh, right. I need to put that into action." And after I've hit the rock bottom, I use my energy, my soul, my being to claw and climb back up because I know I can do it because I have in the past. I'm still here. You're still here. And that's what matters. And that's how I've got myself out of rock bottom. Yeah, the alien thing, oh, you son of a bitches. I was so angry. But at the same time, I was grateful at the same time. Sorry.
I love you, brother.
Love you too. Seriously.
Vinny, would you like to answer the question?
Yeah. So thank you for your answer, Urbanus. That was powerful, buddy. I appreciate every time when you speak, you bring something to the table not many people bring to. So I thank you for that. So for me, when I'm at my lowest and the times that I've been at my lowest, ironically enough, the things that have helped me have been the people who didn't realize that they were helping me, right? There's been times where I've, been so lost, I didn't know where I was going to go. And I would come on here and I meet someone or I talk to someone and they would just by interacting with that person, they were able to point me in the direction I needed to go. So that I could be excited again about this journey and keep going and keep seeking what I've always known and what I'm being shown, right? So it's the people in my spiritual family that don't know that how much they've helped me, but they've done wonderful things for me as a person and as a human being and as a spiritual individual. So, I say all that to say this, and I give thanks to Envision because he triggered this. So, here goes. So pick up your torch as you bring forth peace, balance, love, and light, lighting up the darkness of night, because you know the true meaning of love and light. So grab your friend, lover, family, even neighbor, as we labor in the fight for what's right, keepers of the divine light. That's all I got to say.
That's beautiful. So, and I agree with you. People help us subconsciously, don't even know it, and we do the same. Just being authentic. Really, people learn from that. They really do. I know I have. So, much love, Vinny. Drea, would you like to answer the question?
Yeah, was the question like your lowest point or in general? Like, yeah.
Just, you don't have to go into details of a moment, just kind of what has helped you get out of your darkest moments. What sparked that change?
Okay. For me, at least like for my lowest moments, to be honest, my spiritual mothers. For my lowest moments, I was always isolated and alone, and also very stubborn to ask for help. And most of the times, it was my spiritual mothers that helped me out of it, that showed me the way. So that would be my answer.
Thank you. It's amazing. James, we can go to you. It's. Do you need me to restate the question?
No, I'm good, Chris. I'm good. The only thing I could grasp right now is in one of my darkest moments, so to speak, I remembered who I was when I was in my 20s. I remembered who I was when I was in my 30s. And I remembered the vibration of me being authentic to myself and not really consuming any outside substances or anything to help with the depression from my divorce. And when I thought about that, it reminded me of who I really am and how the pain of this world was taking me away from that. So just remembering who I was, who I am as a natural, loving being who just enjoys life with no overstimulus of any substances. And that helped me come out of that darkness to be more of who I really am. Well, thank you for that question. You're diving deep into the reality. Thank you.
And thank you, because that's those moments do. They make us really strong, honestly. Alan T, would you like to answer the question?
Yeah, I first want to say all of the above. I think what everybody has stated was I've experienced at some point or another, so it's different every time. I had one big spark, which is inexplicable. You know, defies all laws of physics. Just weird encounters and happenings, and nothing random because it all made sense when everything was said and done. More than any book could ever teach me, more than any one person could ever teach me. So I kind of like Saida. Yeah, I want to give props to my spiritual team for having my back. That's my spark.
I agree, because and our spiritual team just kind of naturally flows and comes together. As we seek for it, it just comes, and it's amazing. So, thank you, AT. Star, would you like to answer the question?
Yeah, I see that, there are many different ways that usually occur if something arises in my life. And I was always a strong believer in the Creator sending messages to other people, and those messages are supposed to be delivered. But the most significant memory I have where I was at my lowest. And, I've heard amazing stories about unconditional love and the bond that cannot be explained between mother and child. And it was my spiritual connection, not just maternal connection with my child. And there are instances that occur when we are together that I can't even explain myself. But the moment that sticks out for me is when I did feel like I was heading down a depressive path, and it was through her child's innocence of laughter. And I remember her wanting to heal me and suggesting we watch like comedy shows, and that pulled me through that. She was my healer. The unconditional love.
And that's an amazing perspective. The unconditional love. That's it's still things that I battle with, and when I get into unconditional love. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. It's going back to Ash. Would you like to answer?
Is it my turn? Is it my
Yes,
turn?
it's your
Is it my turn? Oh my god, it's my turn. So, I just had pie, and I'm grateful to be here. And it was awesome because I got to listen to my man for once and just sit with his words instead of like hosting right after. So yeah, I'm excited. Anyway, for me, I actually kind of want to go on a current one because it's like I don't know. I mean, it's one that it's one of those like it resurfaced, and it was like that stark reality of what truth is and how truth cannot be altered. And in that truth, it was the stark reality of the fact that I am here in this vessel, embodying, and that which I connect with that is my higher selves is here in this 5D reality, in this new existence. and I'm receiving them. And to me, just me being me, how I am, Drea, she knows I'm kind of similar in that aspect. I'm kind of like, okay, wait, whoa, what? Okay, wait, I need to get in. No, I've got a whole checklist. I need to start doing this, this, and this. I got to get right because no, I can't. I need to be at my best. I need to be better. I can't, my best isn't enough. And I need to do more. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now with that, is that stark reality of, okay, great, cool, yeah, I did all of this and all this is in my belt, but I'm here now and I've got all this work I've got to do. I've got to get to the grindstone. I've got to refine this. This needs to be better than anything I've ever imagined. That's kind of where that one takes me right now.
Thank you. That's all for the questions. I appreciate everybody's answer. It was amazing. It was genuine. I felt it in your heart. And you know, it's a beautiful thing that the trials and tribulations that we go through, especially when we can reflect back with a light heart, I should say. It really, just right there, shows the effects of the growth that you've went through. So much love. Thank you.
Much love. I appreciate you, brother. All right, so now I'm going to reflect it to the rest of the panelists that are up here with us. Please flash your mic. Got my eyes open. And if you have a question that you would like to present to the panel. Okay. All right, it looked like I seen Vinny and then James. So we will go ahead in that order. Vinny, you go ahead and ask the panel your question.
Okay, so my question is simple. With where you're at now, what do you feel is your greatest gift that you believe that will help in ushering in what you want to see in the upcoming humanity and reality we're creating?
All right. So simple question, start, answer. I'll keep it on that level with you. My greatest gift would be my awareness. That would be my greatest gift and where I'm at. Chris?
For me, I've really became a problem solver, seeking the solutions and not pondering on necessarily the issue. Once I recognize the issue, then ponder on the actual solution itself. So just that alone really helps out in big shifts and changes, at least for the people that surround me. So I try to be there for anybody that needs it. So, and that's all I can really do at the moment. So it's kind of the same concept. You got to make sure your cup's full. So I have to work on myself from time to time as well. So thank you.
For sure, bro. For sure. My love.
By your grace, my love. Vinny, your question is heard across the cosmos, across the divine. And this question has been asked. in many different ways, in many different times. The solution, of course, involves looking beyond what is tangible, looking beyond that which is emotional. And it is often found in our expansion of our own awareness. Not to say that it depends on what you think or what I think, but it is beyond that limited vision that you have on your own life. As we obtain these thoughts and aspirations of who we will be, who we become, who we are, even now, we must succumb to the unknown, to that which we seek. Because if you are not seeking now, and you find yourself being comfortable where you are, there is no greater power than you. And that is your pride and ego. We must accept the practical reality of our own insight. Of our own experience. And I know that you will continue to do what you do, as I will. And these are just waves in the ocean. And they are so beautiful as you are. So beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, my love. Appreciate you. Rabanis? Yep, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. I want to make sure I answer this properly because, like, I don't know. Can you reiterate? You don't need to reiterate it. Can you say the question again, please?
Yeah, real easy, Urbanus. Knowing what you know now, where you're at in your spiritual journey, right? What do you feel your greatest gift is that's going to help you bring in what you want to create in the upcoming reality that you're trying to create?
I know what I want for this world. I know that there's a lot of people who don't want it. They want their freedoms. People think about 15-minute cities like, oh, no. Yeah, it's because they're afraid, fear. Anyways, I want, like, what has happened? I'm just gonna go ahead and speak. What has happened is that I've come to a point in my existence where things are coming to fruition. And if they're not already into fruition, they're coming into such things. I want to make sure that this world, not everyone's going to like it, but I want to make sure that this world is on a higher vibrational level. I know the person that, we're not going to even talk about that. We need to continue. And we need to make sure that the information that we're bringing out and we're sending out is correct and it is positive and it's high vibrational. Now, I'm not going to say that, I'm always high vibrational, because I'm not. I'm going to lie. I'm not going to lie to myself. But I aspire to do just that. And I aspire to work towards the information that has been given to me. Just, again, dude, I can see things now. It's very interesting. I like it. And it happens starting like in September-ish, all the way to now. You know, you look up in the sky, it's like, what the hell is that? Sort of thing. And it feels like it's getting closer and closer to the high vibrational levels that I want and that was needed for this, for us as beings, for this reality, this rendering, I should say, of reality. With that said, the beings that are coming now, they're not going to hold our hands, but you'll be getting dreams if you haven't gotten them already. And you'll be getting stuff, information that'll be coming down, and you'll be like, oh, what is this? It's like, oh, that's what that is. And you'll have beings around you that can help you understand if you can't grasp it. That's what I want. That's what I will portray. That's my energy will be sent out towards. And when you look up to the stars, know that there's family there. That's all.
That's epic. All right. The question is to Drea.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, very easy, Saida. The question is where you're at now in your journey. What do you feel your greatest gift is that's going to help you moving forward in your reality and what you're trying to create?
For myself, I think my greatest gift is the want to understand, to want to know, how everything works, how people function, why people do what they do, why they behave, they act, why they react, and also trying my best to remain receptive and understanding. I think that is my greatest gift, because within that, I can also provide compassion. And I think that's something that we all need, is someone that is compassionate on some level and that tries to understand you. I think for the most part, what a lot of people seek on a main or human level is to be understood and to be heard and to feel seen. And I think that's where a lot of the disconnect is, where a lot of the hurt is that a lot of people don't feel heard, seen, or understood. Sorry, I'm like, because I know my service was going in and out, so hopefully you guys heard that.
We heard every word of that. Thank you.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And Saida, I like that. I do. But as long as you're Drea, I'm gonna call you Drea.
Yeah, either one is fine. Both of them are my real names, so thank you.
Sweet. All right. Yes, you are James. The question is to you.
So, just word the question again. I remember it slightly, but it'll help me.
Okay, James. Knowing where you're at now in your journey and what you've learned, what do you feel your greatest gift is going forward in the reality that you're about to experience and you're trying to create?
So, for me, think I think it would be the knowledge that love to everyone is different for everyone. And for me, I would feel that I know there's something out there greater than what we can feel now. And so to insert in my perception at the moments when I am not being love, to be more loving and to do more than I would require of myself when it comes to giving and listening and being patient. And just knowing that there is a love that is not just the word, but is something that is growing and learning and changing just like me, and being open to not being constricted by this world, by perceptions, and just knowing that because I've experienced a love that was amazing and different, letting it guide me through this life and let me remember in every moment is an opportunity to love and to be silent and to create peace, which is the world where I feel where we are going. And in some cases, many of us, I feel, are already there. So just to be more in a state of unmanifested love, and to know that to challenge myself so that I can do more and learn more about how to be a vessel for even deeper love and to express that in everything that I do. Thank you. Thank you, Vinny.
That's awesome. All right. AT, question is to you.
So when I first heard the question, my answer was different than it is now because I've had time to think about it. And if we're going to keep it specific to what Vinny's asking about this new world, I believe that I have a gift of facilitating opportunities for others to empower themselves.
Whoa, 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 whoa. AT. What's up, my brother?
Yes, Mr. Innovision, my friend.
Let us not realize what was. Let us become what is now. Without theatrics or otherwise concord. Continue, please.
So yeah, that's my response. Yep.
Can I ask you in your response to bring it into a reflective way? I just ask, what is it that you're empowering yourself with in that gift? Because in this here and now, we all recognize each other as our own divine reflection. You are an equal fractal of the all, as we all are, right? We all stand in our own seats of power. And in that reflective of the here and now, what is it in that gift that you feel reflects here and now for you?
Yeah, so what's reflected is active service. And that goes for all of us, except our service is going to be slightly different than the next person. But we're all serving the same unified collective goal, which would make Rabanus happy because his response was for that. So, not sure if you're looking for more specifics. Perhaps I did not.
No, I appreciate the expansion. I'm not gonna pull your teeth on it. I just appreciate the expansion.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. We're going to pass the question next to Star. It is your turn.
I think a lot of us know our purpose already. We come to know that more things happen, specifically. But I think every day is different. There's a purpose. Every day there's some different purpose for me. I don't know what it is, but people do come to me for advice. A lot of the times I've noticed I do lies myself, and they will come to me, which is strange, and that I don't know. Sometimes it's research, sometimes I just know, and I can't explain how I know, but I just do. And I've helped a lot of people, even on this app. I feel like this app is a valuable tool, and to help people realize that to use it wisely, it's a tool that has brought us all together in this life. And that's why I try and make people realize to use it wisely to unite with each other. And all sorts of extraordinary things have happened that makes me feel rewarded just seeing that person have a good outcome through, rather, if they've lost a loved one, to give them comfort and maybe knowledge that I know. And sometimes I don't know how I know, but I just do. I can't explain it. Or, maybe some information that I've researched about, particular personalities. I just love helping people. That's me. I feel like if I help people, I help myself along the way. But every day is different for me.
Can I say something? So, like,
Go for it.
when we oh my God, when we are full of ourselves, not as in full of ourselves, as in like, more of ourselves. It's full when we are like of ourselves.
When our cups are
Cups are full.
overflowing with beautiful
Yeah.
divine
Yeah.
love and
Yeah.
self-love, and we got that beautiful overflow. Yeah, I got you, bro. Keep going.
Yes. We tend to overshare and become more of our things. Like, so, like, all right. When we are, right? And when we become. So, when we become more than who we think we are, we tend to seem more than who we are. But that's not the case. The case is that we have already been that. We're just literally grasping into our own selves each time. Every time we're clawing and we're going above ourselves each and every time. And that is what I think Alien T was, and that's what Star is saying, and that's what everyone is saying, is that we are, for me, we are literally evolving. And the energies that are coming, this fifth dimensional energy that's coming down towards us, it's okay. I don't want to be all like woo woo, like the crystallized energy that's making us who we are now and making us, allowing us to grab hold of that ether, that source energy, that channeling information. We're bringing it down to us all the time. And when we can do that all the time, then we come that much closer to ascension. And that's what we're trying to do, I believe. Sorry to cut you off or anything.
No, bro. You know it's time for final thoughts anyway. So I mean, I just feel that was you feeling called to share yours, and I appreciate it because they were epic. Yeah.
Love you guys. Goodbye.
You know you are well loved, and we all appreciate you. Truly. And the question really knocked it out of the park tonight, guys. I appreciate all of the co-hosts, all of the panelists, all of the comments. The topic was really about life and evolution and how we have watched it change and change again, and that is a true constant. is the change, is the evolution, is the death, is the rebirth. It's why I honor the towers as sacred, right? But I'm grateful for all of you, and it's been awesome. We are going to go through and do final thoughts. Please, if you do any kind of lives within the community yourself, give them a shout out. Shout out the time and the date, all that fun stuff. Or if it's any other app, you know. But share with us your final thoughts of the night, of course, because it's never your last one.
My turn. Okay. My final thoughts for tonight are, you guys are amazing. Every time I'm around any of you, I learn something. And that's what life's about. It's about experiences. You know, we talk about life evolution. Our spirits have found a way through evolution, through the way energy flows, to be able to experience what we have in the now. And it's beautiful. And there'll be more to come. But that's just it. Embracing it. Embracing life. I learned the hard way on taking things for granted. I think a lot of us do. And I still do it today, but not to the things that are most important to me. Other things that aren't as important, you know, it happens. But I focus on the things that are most important to me today, and to allow myself to embrace that within my life experience. And it's kept me seeking love, and growing within that energy. Still having my bad days. It happens. But by the end of the day, it's not. My family is what brings me back out of it, no matter what's going on in the day-to-day life that I have to face regardless. And I wanted to give a shout out to AT. Everyone here knows that you go live, but your topic tomorrow night is something that needs to be talked about from time to time. Not necessarily right this second in my, you know, as far as what's going on in my life per se, but it's things that always have to be brought to the table. So appreciate that. And we do these lives every Sunday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's always a different topic, but it's always something spiritual, and it's always amazing. So thank you. Much love, everybody.
Much love to you. Much love to everyone. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. And let's set an example, a way by example, for other countries to do the same. We need more lives like these.
We genuinely appreciate you, Star. Thank you. All right. My love, it is your turn.
If it is a turn that I must relinquish, I have always recognized whoever you are, T-Bear, to the pose
I love you. Thank you. Urbana, it is your turn. Or wait, no, you already did yours. I got you. Penny?
Okay, so I'm gonna end it like this. I thank everyone who comes to these lives because the energy you guys put out, whether or not you realize it, is amazing, and it's felt by everyone, and it creates the change we want to see. And it helps me become who I've become by meeting everybody here. So thank you. And I leave you with this poem, kind of a little shout out to Alien over there because the first part of this poem was a creative writing exercise, so I kind of finished it. So here goes. Looking for the why in this oasis of despair. Among them all, are you there? I reach out to call you near. I release any doubt and all fear. Now I begin to see clear. The answer is not outside myself, it's always been right here. As I wade through the ocean of sorrow, where time is short and borrowed, and a chance of no tomorrow, I feel like I need to be the hero for a better tomorrow. So I borrow the strength needed to face the day and continue on my way. I can never sit and stay and watch this life of mine fade away. I must forget about the failures and challenges of yesterday. I will fight through all the lies and delusions, thoughts and sorrows. I will find the pieces of me, for I am complete and now are whole. Time to soar higher than the Apollo as I spray everything with healing rays of love. As I slay far above the fray, I know the rest of today and tomorrow will be filled with joy and no tears and sorrow. I have created a better tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Benny, you're so goth. You're so goth. It's her time.
Okay, look, Benny, I want to say, first of all, epic. Second of all, fine, Rubanus, I agree, cool. I got you. All right, you get second of all. But third of all, I finally figured it out because for weeks now, I've been trying to figure out what style your poetry reminded me of. And, yeah, I haven't been reading that much lately, but I know that you reminded me of a style, and I finally figured it out. You remind me of some of Keanu Reeves' poetry, some of the poems that he writes. And yeah, it's epic. It's epic. It's very... It's very unique. So I'm glad I finally figured it out. But yeah, we appreciate you.
Uber goth. I love it. So cool. It's like Owen Farrell. Lovely. So cool. Sorry.
Dude, I swear, like, yeah. And you should totally check out Keanu Reeves' poetry as well. But yes, epic. I appreciate it. I know. Yeah, that's all. Okay, I'm gonna get out of the comments. My bad. All right, Drea, it's your turn.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me. This is my first live since my move, and my service sucks. So yeah, that's fun. So yeah, I just recently moved. Finally, almost sort of kind of settled. Maybe by the end of this week I'll be settled. But I appreciate you guys, and I need to figure something out about my Wi-Fi. So yeah. Thank you, bye. Awkward.
No, it wasn't. That was funny though. We appreciate you, Dre, and glad you got moved. And yeah, I mean, we all go through the whole Wi-Fi scenario when we get into a new place of like finding what company gives the best service for the area that we're in now, kind of thing. And trust me, we've all been through that have gone through the moving process. So we get it. Yes, you are, James.
Yeah, not fun.
Right.
James.
So, hey, Fire, thank everybody. Thank you all for all this wonderful insight. Thank you guys for all your beauty and your words. I just got a shameless plug. Every Tuesday, find me at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This Tuesday will be the third Tuesday of Emerald Tablet Tuesdays, where we all have a voice and we listen to the Emerald Tablets, and if you speak, I'll pause it and we talk about what's being said. So I've been posting them on my YouTube channel, which is in my bio, and the last two are there if you guys want to listen and get an idea of what we do. And I just want to thank you guys for always being vibrant in your frequencies, and come join me, because the energy there, I just want to say, is off the charts. I don't know what it is, maybe because we're a group and we're talking about the Emerald Tablets, but it's an energy that I would love for you guys to experience, because I've never experienced anything like it before. So I love you all, and stay blessed, stay beautiful, and stay strong. Thank you, Fire Ash.
Much love, James. And that is so awesome to hear that you're doing that again, bro. Like, when you put me on the Emerald Tablets, whoa, gosh, it was 18 months ago now, something like that, give or take, roughly. Like, that completely just unlocked so much for me in the potential department. So I, for one, am grateful to hear that you're doing that again.
Did you say 7 p.m.?
Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's just so mysterious that every time, there's something new to discover. And one thing I've just been discovering is that we as creative beings have just a little small glimpse of our true power. And if you join us, you'll get an idea of what I'm hinting at as creators. So thank you guys, and it'll be the third episode this Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Emerald Tablet Tuesdays. Let's go.
Let's go. Awesome. All right, next up is AT. Hi.
Hi, Ash. Thank you for the space and having me up here. To everyone who's involved, Urbanus, Chris, and Vision. If I missed anyone, I'm not aware of it, but whoever's involved, thank you. Yeah, Chris, thanks for the shout out for tomorrow night. Yes, it is an important topic. And my shameless plug, if anyone doesn't know yet, it's Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 10 p.m. Eastern, for about 4 to 5 hours. And my final thoughts are going to be a poem as well. And Vinny, yeah, I love your poetry. Do you know Vinny just started writing poetry in May and has over 50 of them? He might be at 60 by now, for all we know. I have no idea. But I don't have that many. I might have about 8. This is one that I wrote. I'm just going to leave it because I think it's kind of reminded me, tonight's discussions have reminded me of this poem, which I wrote maybe, I can't remember, 2-3 weeks ago perhaps. All right, it's called Harmony. People gather, words matter, spoken visions, created, received. A landscape lays bare, an essence we share. The beauty and splendor awaits those who care. Crystal rivers, floral petals, drifting together, no separation, no despair. The wise and the broken, courageous and strong. Together, this passage will bring laughter and song. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, that was beautiful. Oh gosh. I say. Thank you. And it's not every night you get to hear two originals like that. So my gratitude. I'm feeling that grin, Chris, right? From ear to ear on that one. All right, Mr.
Sorry? What do
Uh,
you find
Final
me?
words or thoughts? Yeah. You
You know, like, I guess, I don't know, people that I've been drawn to or like myself are very creative. And I think, in us seeing that we have essence of our creator, our creator is a creator. So the creative side is very important to get back to that. And that's what I've been doing as well, getting back to my creative side. So hearing these poems, I've done different poems, not exactly like spiritual poems. They're a bit more comedy. But yeah, definitely I'm focusing on my creative side these days. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Alien T, for getting me onto all these amazing people as well. So I'll share that too.
We appreciate that, Star. And yeah, AT's awesome. He's good peeps. So my shameless plug to all those listening is that I have decided to start doing a Wednesday live. It won't be this week because I need to square away like a few more details, but I am planning on doing the pilot on it soon for all those that are interested. Be a little more present in the community, so I have found time and space to be able to do so. I'm looking forward to having that experience with all of you guys. Much love, aho. We will see you next Sunday. Stay blessed.
Much love, everyone.
Wednesday, what time?
Much love, everyone.
What's up, everyone?